Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal. Truly, I'm now sitting in my office. For those of you following me for a little bit, this used to be the dark, ugly blue room with the planets on the ceiling that belonged to the teenage boy that passed away during escrow when we purchased the house. So it is now nice and light and airy and has all my herbs in here, and I can do consultations in here, and yeah, I'm so happy. Okay, so today I want to get going on this because I don't think this is going to be a very short video. And I have a lot of information that I want to throw at you really quickly. And so, grab yourself something to drink and get yourself a piece of paper and a pen so you can write this information down. Now, once again, I want to stress this is my journey. I'm just sharing my information with you. This is not anything that you have to do. I'm not telling you to go out and follow me and do what I'm doing. I'm just sharing information that I learned because I am not an actual MD. All right, so I'm a detoxification specialist. I'm an herbalist. I'm a massage therapist, but I'm not an MD. All right. So today I want to talk to you about a couple of things, but they're all interconnected. I want to talk to you about weight gain, not being able to take weight off after you're 50 years old. I want to talk to you about your thyroid health if you have any kind of, if you have hypothyroid or hyperthyroid or, Hashimoto's or Graves or anything like that. I want to talk to you about that. I want to talk to you about menopause. I want to talk to you about your health because, this information that I'm going to give you today is very, very important. So, if you don't have the time, please watch this video when you do have the time because there is a lot. I'm going to be throwing a lot of information at you really quickly. Okay, so I want to talk to you about iodine, or the correct way to pronounce it, iodine. A lot of people say it's iodine, but it's not iodine. Okay, so did you know that iodine was the very first element? And yet, doctors, medical licensed doctors today still believe that iodine is the cause of goiter. Okay, and this was told to me by an MD. He was the one that made that statement. And he says that a lot of his colleagues still believe that iodine is the cause of goiters. Every single cell, I'm talking every single cell, your brain, everything from your here to the tips of your toes, every single cell in the body uses and needs iodine. Your immune system cannot function correctly without iodine, and you will have excess mucus in the body when there is lack of iodine. So already you're starting to see how important this mineral is. Okay, so iodine can be found in salt, but I'm going to talk about that. I do not recommend taking iodized salt. It can be found in salt, in rich salts, like Himalayan pink salts and Celtic salts. Those are the ones that you want to take. That stuff, if you have been watching me, you know better than to have that Morton salt in your cupboard. I mean, the only thing you should use that thing for is to salt your driveways in case there's ice or snow. You should not be putting that stuff in your body. It should have a skull and crossbones on it. It is very toxic. That stuff has been bleached. All the minerals have been taken out of it. There's chemicals put in it. It is pure junk. It will raise your blood pressure. It will make your body toxic. You do not want to put that into your body. If you are listening to me, if you are within ear range, change over to pink Himalayan salt or nice Celtic salt or black salt, something that is very rich in iodine, not the junk that they put into that I don't know. I don't even know. That's not even salt anymore. Okay, so iodine can be found in, did I say iodine? Iodine can be found in salt water. It can be found in rocks that are near the ocean, and it can also be found in seaweed. Okay, the problem is that the further that you live away from an ocean, the less iodine there is, and most of the stuff now that's coming out of the ocean is kind of contaminated. So, you know, you're not getting the good quality percentage of that mineral by doing that anymore. And if you know, like people who have been lost at sea or whatever, if you take too much salt water in, you know, that stuff can pretty much kill you. So symptoms of iodine deficiency include, listen, because I know I'm going to hit a few of these here with you guys. Hormone related issues, headaches, ADHD, ovarian cysts, diabetes, liver diseases, hemorrhoids, hypertension, vaginal infections, prostate issues, ovarian diseases, eyelid swelling, constipation, hair loss, hoarseness in your throat, difficulty swallowing, and it is the #1 reason for mental retardation. People with low iodine have a higher chance of cancer, a much higher chance of cancer. Stomach cancer, breast cancer, esophageal cancer, ovarian and testicular cancer. And here's the big one. The larger your breasts are, whether yours or fake, or purchased, I shouldn't say fake, purchased, you need more iodine because your breasts suck up a lot of iodine. All those little nodules that you have all along the sides of your breasts and everything, they literally, like they're sponges, they suck up that iodine. So if you're very prone to having cysts in your breasts or having hard nodules in your breasts, or you have breast cancer, if it was me, the first thing I would do is get on iodine therapy because that's going to take it away. And the reason that I already know this is because I can share with you that I had a lymphoma. I've had it for years. I had it x-rayed. It was very small back in, I think it was 97. I had it, I saw it in an x-ray because I had my appendix. I had problems with my appendix. And as they were x-raying me, I saw it and I was like, what the heck's that? And it's one of those fatty tumors, blah, blah, blah. Well, ever since I've been doing iodine therapy, this lymphomic tumor, which was about the size of a good softball, is now about this big. And I've only been doing iodine therapy now for about 3 weeks. So it actually works very quick. I also had a problem with what I called the turkey wobble, you know, where you have that nice little, and it was constant. And I just, you know, if you even go back just a few of my videos, you're going to notice that I had it. And I also had problems where I had swelling on the side of my neck. And well, just in the 3 weeks that I've been doing this iodine therapy, that has pretty much gone away. It's really gone away. I'd say it's about 50% gone. And the swelling has also gone away. And I'm also starting to lose all the swelling that I had down here, which is, it was from my, my thyroid having to work, because when you're iodine deficient, the thyroid has to keep working harder and harder and harder to produce all these hormones. And that's what causes the thyroid to swell. The reason that there's more women, there's actually 9 women to every 1 man that has thyroid problems, weight problems, and you know, and hormone problems, is because that estrogen, because of the estrogen factor. Estrogen actually inhibits the absorption of iodine. Okay, tissues that absorb large amounts of iodine, and I'm talking large amounts, are the breasts, your saliva. So if you constantly have dry mouth, you know that's an iodine issue. Your eyes. If your eyes are constantly dry, you have dry eyes, that is an iodine issue. Your vaginal fluid, a lot of people think, oh, after I had a hysterectomy, you know, I constantly got vaginal dryness. I'm going to touch on that later. And your pancreas, this is why some people start eating very healthy. They go vegan. They do everything correctly, and they could not get their diabetic numbers under control. So just in the 3 weeks that I've been doing this, I no longer go up over 100. My insulin levels are awesome. I cannot say enough about this. You have no idea how excited I am about this information, because this information will change people's lives. It has changed my life in 3 weeks. I can only imagine what it's going to be like in 2 months. So another tissue that that absorb a lot of iodine is your skin. So if you're prone to having very dry skin, that's an iodine issue. Your stomach. I was not aware, like constipation. Ever since I've been doing this iodine therapy, I cannot even begin to tell you how all my constipation has gone away. And I go perfectly, not just once a day, not just twice a day, but sometimes up to 3 times a day. It's actually, it's to me, it's just like, it's like a miracle. And it's also your brain. So in order to keep your brain awake and have it stay alert, so you're not all in that fog and all tired, you need iodine. And see, I'm so used to, my mom always pronounced it iodine. And I like grew up on getting iodine, and then nobody has it anymore. And if you actually notice, if you even go to the stores and you try to buy it, and the bottles, they have it like clear now. And I'm going to show you why here in a little bit too. So, a lot of people come to me and they say, Marie, I can't sweat. I go out into my garden, man, and I'm just like, you know, and I'm washing my car, and I'm out there and it's 120 degrees. I can't sweat. That is an iodine problem. When you cannot sweat, most people that are put on iodine therapy, usually after 2 or 3 weeks, they start to sweat. Like I am now. I have never sweat, and it has felt so weird to sweat for me, because, you know, some of you know, I was raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's 120 degrees in the shade out there. And I used to be so proud to tell people, I can sit in that car with the windows rolled up and the doors closed and I don't sweat. You know, I'm just quite the lady. I don't even perspire. Yeah, BS. You know what? That's one of the worst things that can happen to you, is if you cannot sweat. I see a lot of people on these news groups. I see them on Facebook. I see them on Yahoo. And they're talking about, oh, I'm going to skin brush the hell out of my skin, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do, you know, this therapy and that therapy. Iodine is what is, I'm sorry, guys, it's going to take me a minute. Iodine is what's going to help you to perspire. Most people, after they've been on this therapy for 2 to 3 weeks, it's like they can't stop the sweating, and you just opened up your skin, and now you are detoxifying in the best form ever. Let me throw my glasses on here. So in Japan, the women in Japan take like 8 times % more iodine than we ever do. These women don't ever see breast cancer. They have their immune systems are a lot healthier than ours, and they live in a higher polluted area than all of us do. But it's because of the amounts of this mineral that they're taking. Okay, it's also needed, like I said, it's needed for brain health. It's needed for dementia. It's needed for Alzheimer's. It stimulates your brain. Children who have very low levels of iodine have been found to have IQs of 50 and 60. So your IQ is a lot higher when your levels of iodine are also a lot higher. It's essential for the production of the hormone thyroxine, which is what your body uses to regulate your metabolism. And this leads to hypothyroidism. So, and it also, breast cancer. In this video, I'm not going to get into it, but I can't even begin to tell you the research that I have done, the miraculous, health that people have had with breast cancer from taking iodine therapy. It had literally, I'm not talking like 3-4 months later. I'm talking like they go to their doctor and a month or two later they go in and the tumor has gone from this to this. I've even been shocked with like the one on my back. I'm just like, I keep looking in the mirror going, oh my God, it's really shrinking. It's like shrinking like this. It's like unbelievable. So, I was never aware of how important, this element is in the human body. So I'm going to take you back many years ago, when they first started making bread and everything, there used to be like iodine in milk. They used to have it in bread. They had it in other foods. If you got a cut, your mom would put it on your skin. It was pretty much everywhere. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, the bakery industry decided to remove it from all of their products. And instead, they replaced it with bromine. And kind of written like bromine, but it's bromine. And the thing with bromine is that it competes with iodine in the body. So the more bromine you have, the less iodine that you're going to have in the body. So does chloride and fluoride. All of these things compete with those levels. So think about this for a minute. Your tap water is full of chlorine. You're showering in chlorinated water, unless you live in a place where you have a well. You're brushing your teeth with fluoride toothpaste. You're eating this, this bromine in everything. It's now in canned foods. It is now in processed foods, TV dinners, everything. So now you're consuming this. So everywhere that you turn, these chemicals are blocking the iodine in your body and not allowing it to get to your cells. It is also in pesticides. So, if you have your house sprayed, all these places that are getting, apartment complexes where they spray for it, you're breathing that in, you're taking that bromine in. It's also in herbicides. They're spraying the fruits, they're spraying the vegetables. So this is why it is so important to, not only for you, but for your children, to eat organic, whole foods. You don't want processed food. A lot of people say, well, Marie, aren't you vegan? No, I am a whole foodist. I could be vegan and still eat donuts. That is not healthy. So, just everywhere you go, you're having your thyroid blocked. So, everything that you're breathing, all these pesticides, all these herbicides, all these chlorines, so, you're like, well, what do? Number one, you want to eat whole foods. You want to eat stuff that's natural. Number two, you want to eat you try to eat stuff that's organic, so it hasn't been sprayed with all these pesticides. If you need to spray your house, you need to have your house sprayed, try to stay away from it. Or if you're doing it yourself, wear a mask so you're not breathing this stuff in. I also have how to detoxify your shower in 15 minutes. I have a video on that, on shower filters that you can pick up at Home Depot or Lowe's that are very inexpensive. You can do them yourself. I did the video where I did it myself. You just put the shower filter up, no more chlorine on your skin. If you're washing dishes, I wear gloves. I wear rubber gloves. You can picking them up now at the dollar store for $1. They're very cheap. They'll stop you from absorbing all that chlorine in through your skin. You want to switch over to a toothpaste, natural toothpaste, Tom's. Tom's is a great one. I use Tom's. You can also use Jason's. I use either one, Jason's or Tom's, and they're both fluoride toothpaste. You don't want that, not only because it blocks your thyroid function, but it also messes with the glands. A lot of other glands that are very important, the pituitary, the thymus. It messes with a lot of different glands in your body. So you don't want that fluoride or that chlor. Just think of the kids just spend hours and hours and hours in a jacuzzi or a pool, absorbing that stuff, blocking all that iodine from going into their thyroid. So, I'd swear, if I didn't know it was any different, I'd swear it was like a conspiracy theory to try to keep you sick, and it's like, I don't know, but that's another video for another day. So, so all these chemicals will block your iodine going into your thyroid. But the thing is that when you start iodine therapy, it's pushing its way into the cells and pushing out that bromine. So when you start dumping that bromine, you're also going to start dumping, all these horrible chemicals, all the pesticides that have been blocked in your cells. Bromine is very toxic. It is you can actually die from it. Look it up. It is just unbelievably toxic. The iodine therapy will also start removing heavy metals from the body, lead, hair dye, perm solution, all that stuff. So it is ever so important. I can't even stress this, how important it is to do this ever so slowly. Now because I started a little bit higher than I should have, and I ended up getting very sick the first 3 days. I had horrible headaches. I had horrible nausea, and it was just too much stuff leaving my body all at once. My kidneys were really taking a pounding from all the chemicals that were leaving my body too quickly. Luckily, I am one of those that I believe in coffee enemas, and I instantly got in there and I was like, I need to get these toxins out because this is not doing me any good. So, I'm going to put the link down below for the iodine, because there's a certain iodine, Lugol's iodine, because the body not only uses iodine, it uses iodide. So some of your organs need the iodine, some of the organs need the iodide. So you need one that has the two. And when you receive it, it comes with a little, see, just like that. And then what I do is I don't like to take it internally, because when you take something internally, it's like any drug. You take it, and if you take too much, then you have that, it's horrible. So what I do is I go right here from my wrist to there. On the inside, I will just put a little dot, and that is it. That is it. That's all you need right there. And that starts, and believe me, you're going to feel it. I started when I first started, like the first 3 days, I'm like, let's jump in and then we'll test the waters. Don't be that stupid. Let me be the one to be that dumb. I ended up putting the size of a nickel on my hand. And like an hour later, I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. I was like, I can't stand this. And I felt like I was in a furnace. And then the nausea was so bad. And I felt horrible. I really did. And it's because you're dumping all those, all those metals and lead and hair dye and perm solution and out of your body. And it's starting to heal your thyroid. So for ladies, this is especially for you, for ladies who are overweight, you've gone through menopause, you can't seem to lose the weight is sitting there, no matter what you do, you've worked out, blah, 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 you can't get rid of it. I have a little secret for you that a lot of people don't know. Your ovaries, I didn't know this, your thyroid is not the only one that produces hormones. Your ovaries do too. And your ovaries also make the thyroid hormone outside the thyroid concentrates. Iodine, and it makes it, so basically, here's what's going on, because it's very hard to understand. Your ovaries make a hormone that, this one, T2, you've heard of it, T3, T4, right? Okay, well, your ovaries make a hormone called thyroid T2. And you need T2 in order to make T3 and T4. So if your ovaries have shut down, or your ovaries are no longer there, you're not making T2 anymore. So it's very hard now for your thyroid to make T3 and T4. This is why you go in and you get tested for T3 and T4. But those tests are so inaccurate. I can't even begin to tell you how inaccurate they are. You know, one day you'll go in and they'll go, oh yeah, your numbers are within range, and then the next day you'll go in and they'll go, oh no, you've got Graves. They are just very, very, very inaccurate. I know, been there, done that, got the test. They told me everything was fine. No, not fine. I was actually very, very, very iodine deficient. My thyroid was causing me tons of problems, and I literally had to take care of all this myself. Okay, so the reason that women gain weight is because of the lack of this T2 hormone in the ovaries. So now I know you're sitting there thinking, oh no, now I got to go to my doctor. No, here's the secret that I've been dying to tell you. You can buy T2 over the counter. And now you have T2 in your body. This one is made, and the only one that I will give my endorsement to. There's a lot of T2 out there, but there's junk in them. I mean, there's stuff that have, they have like stimulants and, you know, guarana and all that. You don't want that stuff. What you want is pure T2 for your body. This one is made by Todd Lee, MD, which is one of the MDs on the planet that I really adore. I think he's great. He's very real. He's very honest, and he makes the pure T2. Now, the wonderful thing about T2 is that when you do it in conjunction with the iodine therapy, you start to lose weight. 6 pounds. I just lost the 6 pounds that I gained ever since I started it. And I hope to lose a lot more, and my energy levels have just gone through the roof. I feel so good. I'm loving my life. I can't begin to tell you how wonderful this stuff will make you feel. So T2 is very, very simple. A bottle like this will run you about $20. I think with shipping it ran me $25. I'll put the link below to his site. It comes with a little syringe and a little base. So you just take it off the base. Now, the amount of T2 that you're going to take in one day is like that much. Not hardly at all. Just the first little 3 lines on there. That's all you need. And then you just pop it underneath your tongue. You hold it underneath your tongue for 30 seconds. You swallow it. It tastes great. It tastes like peppermint. Love it. It's There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's really good. So you take it first thing in the morning when you wake up, you put it back on your little base here, and then you just put it on your counter. So a bottle like this will probably last you about four months. So you're looking at $25 for 4 months. That's like $5 a day to keep that T2 going. It's called a fat accelerator. Now, the great thing about T2 is that when you take it, what I noticed is that it starts, you know how you used to eat all those rancid, nasty oils when you were eating crappy? Well, all of those are kind of stuck in your bile ducts, and they're in your pancreas, and they're in your gallbladder if you still have one, and they're in your liver. So what I started noticing when I first started taking the T2 is it started breaking up all that fat. And I was starting to go, I had like the second day I had a little bit of diarrhea. But I noticed that everything was just pure fat. It was like chunks of fat coming out of your pancreas. And I had some nausea, and I had some, a little bit of pain in my liver. But every time I would go to the bathroom, I would dump out these huge chunks of fat. And it was from the T2 breaking that up. So, I love the T2, and this is through, the, Mind and Muscle website. And like I said, it's by Todd Lee. Love him. Love his product. I cannot thank the man enough for creating it, for bringing it out, and for keeping it natural instead of adding all that other crap that you don't need into it. So, the iodine therapy, I only do it once a day. Yes, that is how little of it you need, because you're going to be doing this indefinitely. You need this iodine. I have not felt better in my life than after I started this therapy. And like I said, it's only once in the morning. I wake up, put the little dot, I'm done. And it has to be Lugol's iodine that you use for that type of therapy. There are doctors out there that specialize in iodine therapy. If that's what you choose to do, call one of them up, hook on to one of them and get in. They can test you for your iodine levels, and they can work with you. I also suggest a book by David Brownstein, MD, and it's called Iodine, Why You Need It and Why You Can't Live Without It. It's great information. It said iodine is the most understood nutrient. After 20 years of practicing medicine, I can say that it is impossible to achieve your optimal health if you do not have adequate iodine levels. It's a great book, has tons of information. There's also support on Facebook. You can go on Facebook, and up in the search, you can just put, iodine groups, and there's like 2 or 3 groups that will support you. And, there's great support there to help you do this iodine therapy. There's also a few other things that you need to know. When you start this type of therapy, it's very important to add selenium to your diet. And you can do that by adding raw Brazil nuts. Now, these are 10 ounces. I usually get them at the health food store. You can also get them online at nuts.com. You do not want to overload on selenium. These are delicious. You don't want to consume a lot of them. You want to use these as medicine to go along with your therapy. And what I do is I eat 2 nuts a day. That is it. No more, no less. 2 nuts is enough selenium to help you get through this. And that's all you need. You also should take B2 and B3. B2 and B3 will also help you transport the iodine better through your body. And I highly, highly, highly suggest vitamin C. If you don't, a liposomal vitamin C to be exact. If you don't know, you can actually buy it in a bottle through Amazon.com, liposomal vitamin C, or you can make your own at home. I have a video, take your health to the next level. I believe it's like 3 or 4 videos back. Take your health to the next level with vitamin C, and you really should incorporate the selenium and the vitamin C, because it will help transport it a lot quicker it will help transport it to all your cells and dump all those toxins out a lot quicker. If you decide to do this therapy, please leave me a link below. I would, not a link below, a comment below. I would love to hear how it worked for you. I just cannot begin to tell you, like in 3 weeks, I have the weight, the health. I can breathe better. I can move better. I have more energy. I hope it does wonders for you guys too. And like I said, there's groups on Facebook that will walk you hand in hand, walk you through it. You know, that will show you how to take care of it. They also have a website that will show you how to do the therapy and take you through it. And the book was excellent. And I got this one through Amazon.com, and that's about it. So I hope that I have helped you guys. I know that there's a lot of ladies out there that are suffering through menopause, through you know, can't lose the weight, and they're having issues and everything else. So for the sake of your breasts, your breast health, for the sake of your mental health, for your energy levels, to lose weight, to break up that fat, iodine and T2. These 2 products will literally change your life. I would love to say that I carry them on my website, but I don't. And I don't think I will be carrying either one on my website. I really would like to, the creators really need to get a lot of you know, pats on the back for creating this stuff and for helping these people. And to David Brownstein for bringing it to the attention of people how important iodine supplement is. I had no clue. If you start Googling it and checking it out, you will be amazed. Last but not least, I want to thank everyone that I've done consultations with in the last few weeks. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you're healing, that you're heading in the right direction. And, you know, it's just been such a pleasure to help you guys on your healing journeys, and, you know, to hear from you and to talk to you, and to get to know you guys on a more one-on-one basis. All right, till next time, please love each other, take care of each other, and get your iodine in. It is so important. Till next time, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye.